Yeah, yo, it's Ugly Truck Driver. How the flock are you? Well, I gotta be serious on this deal. I don't know if any of you have been watching either on TV or on the internet. The liberal media has kept it rather quiet. It's been people like Fox and some of the independent news agencies on the internet that have brought this up. That recently, those clowns over in the Middle East called ISIS or ISIL, depending on whatever you want to call them, the peaceful Muslims, you know what I mean? I've sat there and put out blurbs on Twitter, on Facebook, on, I don't know, a bunch of other sites that they want their self-radicalized Muslim jihadists, especially here in America, to go on a rampage for the sake of Allah. And what they've said basically is that all these radical little Muslim idiots need to sit there and go on Facebook and other social sites, find veterans, their families, find active duty military families and the active duty military guys, find out where they live, find out where they're working at, and then go out and kill them. This is ISIS. It could be Al-Qaeda, it could be Boko Haram, could be any other Islamic terrorist organization, but ISIS is the one that originally backed this. So I want to say to our federal government, the anti-gun types, our state governments, our anti-NRA members, the Hollywood types, the musical types, all the rest of the leftist socialist types that would want to see America become a third world country. It's time that our government, our elected officials, and all the rest of them, from federal level down to borough level, get a wake-up call. This is not a joke. There are people here in America, and we already know there's 12 or 14 Islamic jihadist training camps here in America, which the FBI refuses to do anything about. And arm yourself. Veterans families, active duty military, and their families, you need to arm yourself. You need a gun in the house. You need to carry a gun. There's, 1.3, 1.6 billion Muslims on the face of the earth? And yet they say there's only 1 million or 2 that are radical jihadists. And then all there is their sympathizers. Yeah, take a look at the Fort Hood shootings, right? Workplace violence. Yeah. I think America in general needs a wake-up call when it comes to being armed and protected, just like we did back in the old days, But these liberal, socialist, communists don't want that. They want us to be subservient. They want us to be submissive. But when it comes to Muslims and the Islamic religion and Sharia law, that's that one that says convert them or kill them. Well, ISIS has just made a fatwa on American military veterans and their families, on the active duty military and their families, to hunt us down and kill us if possible by these self-radicalized terrorist wannabe Muslims here in America, much less Canada or maybe even the European countries if they have the cojones to stand up and do this. And our government and the police, especially the police, whether it's state police, borough police, whatever, need to get a wake-up call too. My opinion for years and years has been, I don't need to have the federal government or the state government or the borough know what kind of weapons I purchase, what kind of weapons I have. It's none of their damn business. And as far as a permit to purchase, as long as I'm mentally competent and don't have a criminal record or a felony record, it's none of their friggin' business whether I got a shotgun, an AR-15, a 45 Colt, 32 automatic, or a 22 pistol. It's none of their damn business. I could see that back in the 1800s out in the Old West. Sheriff come around. What kind of gun you got, son? You gonna pay a fee for me to check you out? Yeah, right. That he'd been shot out of his saddle. But this is not a joking thing. This Islamic terrorist group has issued a fatwa to take out veterans and their families, or the military and their families, hunt them down where they live, to go on places like Facebook, MySpace, any other number of social pages, on Twitter. Find us vets and military types and come after us. For the sake of Allah. Our government needs a serious slap in the face and wake-up call from the FBI, the CIA, the NSA, you name it, state police, TSA, Homeland Security, the rest of them. This is no longer fun and games. This is a reality check, and the NRA had it right way back before Sandy Hook. It takes a good guy with a gun to stop a bad guy with a gun. And I don't want to hear about PTSD and the Veterans Administration. Turn in your guns, you're not mentally competent. This is the real deal, folks. This is not a joke. This is not some hoorah off in the sky type stuff. We've had a death threat made against us. And there are enough self-radicalized idiots in America that might want to try this. I mean, look at that soldier over in England coming off base, unarmed, that got hacked up by a couple of Muslim terrorists right in the middle of a London street. But see, the London police, the people of the UK anymore are so politically correct that they just sit there and say, oh my, that's so terrible. And when the cops finally did come over there in London, what'd they do? Shot him in the knees? What they needed was a headshot on both of those dudes. But this goes out to you veterans. This goes out to you active duty military types. You've got family here in the States or anywhere else around the world for that matter. If you're stationed overseas as a dependent, you need a gun in the house. You need to carry a gun. And the government doesn't need to know what kind of gun it is. The government does not need to know what caliber it is. The government does not need to know what capabilities you are carrying. This is self-protection to the max limit, and these idiots in Washington, D.C., and your state capitals, and your county seats, and your borough halls, your local police, your state police, any other policing authority needs to wake up and say, yeah, they're right. These guys need to carry. You could be coming out of your house to go shopping in bumfuck Egypt. And some self-radicalized idiot wants to make a name for himself, going to come up and cut you or shoot you or something like that, and you're unarmed? You see people like that, if you're carried, it's like, dude, go away before I kill you. And if he keeps coming, it's called bang, 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 you're dead. Now, me, personally, my weapon of choice is a 1911 45 ACP semi-automatic pistol. I shot them on the division pistol team in Korea when I was over there in the 60s. It's 45 caliber bullet. It's got great stopping power. Probably not too accurate over about 25 yards, But if you're within 25 yards and I see it, you're going to hurt. Better yet, you're going to be dead. I'm not going to do a headshot. I'm going to do center chest. Our government needs a wake-up call, folks. Idiots like Chuck Hagel, idiots like Eric Holder, the rest of that crew, the leftist Hollywood types that are anti-gun, the music industry types and movie industry types that are anti-gun, all of them got bodyguards around them that are carrying, even if they themselves are disarmed. So now it's time to listen up and wake up. We are back to the old West, and with good cause. And if anybody doesn't get this, they need to have their head examined. This is the real deal. I'm just waiting to see it come to reality here in America. I mean, just today, a bunch of idiots up in Canada went and shot some people up there at the Canadian Parliament. And everybody was disarmed, so nobody could respond. Wake up, America. The NRA had it right. Wayne LaPierre had it right. Takes a good guy with a gun to stop a bad guy with a gun. And our government, top to bottom, needs to accept the fact that we may not have a registered weapon, but you know what? We're carrying. Why? Because we care for our families and we care for our self-safety. And if you get in our face as a jihadist, we're going to take you out, and we're not going to say, oops, I'm sorry. Holder, Obama, the rest of you idiots, get it through your thick head. Game time is over. We're not dealing with the Muslims. They got almost 1,400 years of terrorism. Where did you miss this? Truck driver's opinion, and I'm dead ass serious about it.